Hey, this is Road Talks, and I'm here on Just Too Filmy.
So what made you say yes? Not just script-wise. I'm sure there's other things.
She's still in agony and despair. She's one of those people that you didn't take me in.
That's when Bugs came in. He did not even test me for Borrowed House. He just met me once and he was like, he trusted me as an actor. No, but this is a different role, that is a different role, Prejudice is a different role, it's very different. So yeah, all crazy, but
When Manjari does a role, it takes 16 years for people to understand that.
Hey, this is Road Talks, and I'm here on Just Too Filmy.
Thank you so much, Jim, for that introduction. Hi. Guys, I'm so excited to have you all on my show, but I must start with a confession that I would have loved to say hi to you and you first. But I must say that the person I have the longest connection with here is Manjari, because I think we met in the year, I don't know, in 2004.
4 or 5.
Or 5.
Yeah.
And it was in Pune.
Yes.
So here's why I was like, oh my God, it's Manjari and it's Pune. I must say that this is very exciting. This was even before Jaane Tu.
This was before Jaane Tu.
Yeah, much before that. And how's your brother?
My brother's good.
Okay,
yes,
that's
he's good
amazing.
right now. Yeah.
That's amazing.
You guys can walk.
Yeah.
You guys are still on the Pune.
It would be great, actually.
Here we are for Pune Highway, and I must say that the trailer looks absolutely fantastic. So interesting, because I don't think I've seen a trailer cut to music so interestingly in a while. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You had nothing to do with it. So
But coming from you, it's a big compliment because you are
it's
pretty
very
firm
cool.
in your views, and I
of
really
course,
appreciate
so
that. So thank
welcome
you.
to the show, guys. And let me start by saying, when a trailer is good, of course, we want to talk about the film. But I want to ask each of you getting into this film, what motivated you? Because, films are not easy to do. That means at least a year of your life. And you have to really choose who you spend that time with. So what made you say yes? Not just script-wise. I'm
Jim.
sure there's other things.
Jim.
Jim?
Yeah.
Did you guys know each other before this film?
No, we'd heard of each other and we'd
Okay.
met maybe at an event or something, but no, we hadn't really. We didn't know each other. We hadn't spoken more than 10 words to each other, I think. before.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. And then I assume that Jim was already on.
No, I think you were already on first. I think he was the one that was secured.
Okay.
I think Manjari as well, actually.
No,
Even
I think
when-
you both were in.
Manjari
I
ka
came in
to-
later.
Manjari, do you know Bugs sees her in that?
Manjari was definitely going to
She
be in.
is in every. Yeah.
But whatever Bugs directs, he puts Manjari in.
How lovely. How
Yeah.
Right?
Why
so
not?
far, all of his
So
productions.
far,
are-
Even the ones that he's not planned.
Except nail polish.
polish.
Except
Yeah.
nail polish.
So what happened there? Why did he not include you in that one as well?
Did you ask him?
No, I
We should ask him. Yeah.
Because
what
you
happened?
remember which project, like nail polish.
Yeah, I keep it in my mind. Yeah.
No, but
No, he had.
so for
he had
you it
valid
was Jim.
reasons.
For Jim
I mean-
it was
Manjari and I made this film called Barrett House. That was the first time I had met Bugs. I think it was a tight film. We made like a 25-30 day film in a 15-day. We were living in a house and literally living on set,
Yeah.
working in like flood-like conditions, things like that. And of course, later I realized that when you make a movie with Bugs, it's always going to be like this. I'm just joking. I don't do that. But sorry. Just the whole experience with him was so nice. He's such a great guy. He's the whole team, and the atmosphere was very positive. And we went there and we made something. And when the movie was finishing, I think Bugs had some sympathy on me and Manjari. I don't know. He comes to me and says, "I'm going to make 5 movies with you after all." मैंने कहा ज़्यादा emotional मत हो. आप खुश हो रहे हो 25 दिन की फिल्म 15 दिन में कर दी है. बहुत लोग उसको. I just said to you sometime how I do. I said बहुत लोगों ने बोला ना. I said, "Bugs, I love you. This is great. It's okay. You don't have to promise me anything." And of course, then one day he just lands up. He said, "I'm doing this movie, and I have this in mind. This car." And I said, "I didn't read the script first. He just told me like ये play था ये Rahul का." I said, "I'm on." And also, movies also we don't trust. Of course, script is important, but you can write anything, and there's trust is huge in movies. And I trusted Bugs and Rahul, and here we are.
fantastic. For you, Manj, you're like
I think-
default woman.
No, but she's still in agony and despair. She's one of those people that you didn't take me in nail polish.
Correct. Correct.
I'm still.
No. Like that. No, I was starting. You've done 2 films. I've done 3 with him. So yeah.
Lucky you.
No, but for you, what was
no,
it?
for me, it was, I love this team. I genuinely love this team. My experience on Barrowed House was so beautiful. I still remember I was in a phase where, you know, I was just getting one kind of roles. Okay. And I really wanted to break out of that. And I was like, I'm not doing anything till something out of the box comes my way, something people have not seen me in, a good director. And that's when Bugs came in. He did not even test me for Barrowed House. He just met me once and he was like, he trusted me as an actor.
He didn't test you because.
What was the character in Borrowed House exactly? Like,
Stay. So basically, I tell you what happened to her. She doesn't know. I'll tell you what happened to you. So let me take the whale out. What happened to you was that you were doing one kind of role and then came Bugs Bhargava. He took you out of that box and he put you in another box. Now you will be doing one kind of role for the rest of your life.
No, I hope not.
She's like, suddenly this doesn't seem like a great idea. But
No, but this is a different role. That is a different role. Pigeon is a different role. It's very different. So yeah, all crazy. But anyway.
I apologize on that.
And for Jim, of course, it's the fact that, you know, here they are, theatre boys.
Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah?
it. Yeah, it's literally that simple. And I'd heard of the play and then they narrated it to me and I enjoyed it. I thought it was twisty and turny and fun.
So I want to ask you, what is the advantage of working with people from the theatre when it comes to a medium which is completely different? And what might not?
I can just talk about the feeling on set, I guess, which is you feel a similar way that you do in theatre, which is there's a kind of equality, and they value your inputs and they value your people value inputs in general, but it just feels slightly different with people who've come from the theatre. There is this larger sense of we're all a team rowing in the same direction, and whenever you have that feeling on set, it's always
100%.
wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you though, do you ever look at films as being big budget or small budget? What does that do to actors? Not assuming that this film had any smaller of a budget, but simply because today, the more we talk about movies, we're talking about money. And I feel that it is the worst thing to do. How does that impact actors?
I think it impacts producers more than it impacts actors.
Okay.
And I think it impacts directors more because the directors have to figure out how to achieve
What
their
they want
shooting
to.
schedule given the budget that they have.
Mhm.
As far as an actor goes, you hope you get a respectable fee.
Mhm.
You hope you're taken care of on set in the form of you have a comfortable place to pass your time in between takes. And beyond that, it's all frills, right? Beyond that, it's all just extra perks now. What you do is you try to bring the same quality of attention and preparation to your part as you would on any other film. So, I don't know how much it affects an actor.
Yeah, but it just, what you say is apt, but just to add the disparity brings the two ways to see it. One is sulk about it. From the, like you said, from the comprehension of artistry and creating a film, you don't see bada role hai, 2 line hai, 4 line hai. I mean,
Koi farak nahi
nahi
padta.
padta. And I think Jim and I can say this, because we've done all sorts of roles. We've gone for the craft, we've done the role, and people have loved the roles that we've done. But I'll definitely say when the movie is not backed by a big studio, that, and I'm saying in a very positive light, that brings a challenge to the team. How to keep the cost in control, how to make sure that your dates don't go haywire, because you're totally dependent on the money the producers pay.
And what's the responsibility of the actors?
Again, so actors come with a certain, you can come on time. You can come ready with your lines. Jim says this a lot about lines. I so agree with you. Like the biggest method acting and process is all great and very individualistic. No comments on that. But the first thing is you get your lines. Be courteous. Don't spend 2 hours in a lunch break. You know what I mean? Sort out your act. Because you got to finish this film in 40 days. Because if you do this in 50 days, 60 days, the amount of money the producer is going to invest. And you don't know because this is not a studio film. I think that has brought all of us very close as well, because there's this ownership.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I see that, which is why I'm sorry.
No.
As I said right in the beginning, I'm not assuming that this film, I don't know what the budgets are, but with the film, I see a sense of this is our film. We've come together to make it. We're here for this film. And I just felt that, I don't know why.
For me, this is the first ticket. So thank you so much for buying the first ticket.
Oh, that's great.
Seriously.
Of course. Of
And
course.
I'm saying it on behalf of, like,
Of
for
course.
us, this is exactly what it is. And like Jim also said, we are all equals. We have a film, and I'm not like complaining that we are not backed by a big studio. Of course, now there's big names there. There's Cinepolis,
Yeah,
who believes in
of
the film.
course.
Yeah.
And I think the challenge part, which I'm saying, which is good, that despite of not being backed initially by a big studio, the script, the output, and the people attracted the right people, whether it is music, whether it is Cinepolis. This was not a project. People got attracted with this unit, with this film. So the film spoke for itself. And I think for me that is a big studio system.
Yeah, no, it's lovely because I watched the play when they put it up in the theater, and this was a long
I
time
think you're the
ago.
only one of us four who've seen the play.
Seen the play?
What?
Yeah.
We haven't
I thought
seen
all
the
of
play.
you would have.
No.
Nope.
So long.
I asked Rahul D'cunha.
But it's been a while. It's
We'll
been
make
a
it.
long time before them. So
To the play.
they followed. I think this was after Class of '83. This was that run. After
Yeah,
that.
I've seen Class of '83,
Yeah,
but I hadn't
yeah.
seen this one. Who did you see it with? Bugs?
Bugs only.
Rajat Kapoor?
Rajat Kapoor.
And?
I don't remember.
Was it Rayan Engineer?
It was Rihanna. Oh my God, it completely slipped my mind, but it was Rihanna. It's all coming back. But yeah, so that was after Class of '83. And that was a good 10 years ago, I think. So it's been a while. But let's get back to the film. I do know that it is a film that's very easy to talk about, guys, because it's also about friends and friendship. And it's about, I'm assuming it's the same story. So it's about a road trip. Is there a road trip? Is there any sort of...
There's a flashback of a road trip.
Correct. And there's a murder. What fun. So you've got everything in it to keep you hooked. I do want to ask you, how does one really play friends if you're not friends with each other? Or are you all friends with each other through this film?
We became friends with each other through the course of the film. But,
You know, when they come and say, please, chemistry banalo.
you know, there is, okay. So sometimes you read a script where you can change the names on who said, you'd be confused as to who is saying this. You know, it can be interchangeable. Everyone speaks kind of similarly. They all speak like the writer. In this particular script, everyone really spoke quite differently because that was carved out by the writers. So in a scene, if you took the names off the top, you'd know probably who was Khandu, who was Vishnu, and who was Nikki,
Lovely.
which are the main three friends
Correct.
speaking, right? So it was there. It was already there. We just got to play with and add bits and flourishes and nuances in terms of our friendship as we started to put it on its feet.
Correct.
But it was already there. The blueprint was there. We just got to now embody it.
Some
Right.
soul.
Yeah.
Some breath.
So this emphasis, and I only say emphasis because you're the sixth person or seventh person today to talk about Bollywood friendships and what it means, and is friendship required outside of being on set in order to create realistic camaraderie on set? Well, I mean, we wouldn't be very good at our jobs if that was the only way it was possible, right? So I think we all came with the desire to represent our parts as best as we possibly could. And that meant being best friends with him and Nikki. And so we were.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you could do that.
Yeah.
That's a race.
We made
Did
it
you
very,
even-
We made it very easy.
It's yeah.
The
Yeah.
point is missing.
Yeah. They were just like, who knows how he'll react.
That's amazing. That's amazing. No, because I know that with you have a huge friendship kya bolte hain, on your shoulders, and that's Kai Poche. You know.
Interestingly, you said about Kai Poche, and 3 weeks into the film, I came to Bugs and Rahul and said, for me, this is Kai Poche again. So what do you mean? So Gattu on the premiere day, before the premiere, told me, तू देख तेरे को 10 साल तक ऐसी पिक्चर नहीं मिलेगी. तो ऐसे यार क्या बदबू लगा रहा है यार, अभी तो करियर शुरू हो रहा है, ये रिलीज हो रही है. इसे नहीं तेरे को देखना, तू देखना. And after 2-3 weeks, I realized what he meant. The niyat, the honesty, the
Yeah.
integrity, the equality, the preparation, the enthusiasm, the team spirit was same. I think I got to witness the purity I had as a human being, forget being an artist, with these people again. So for me, this is like, and I called Gattu. I said, how did you know? Ajay, he forgot. क्या बोला था मैंने? मैंने ऐसा बोला था मैंने. हो गया? हाँ, हो गया. दिखा पीछे दिखा. That's it. I'm going to show him the film.
How lovely.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, I just felt that this was that film. Even though I just watched the trailer just once, sometimes you feel it. And also, I love Anuvab, a personal fan. I wish he was here, so please give him my love as well. For him, it's a kai pochi. Did someone tell you कि जाने तो या जाने ना जैसी film 10 साल तक नहीं मिलेगी?
No one
What would
told
you
me
have?
that. No one told me that.
My
for
God,
sure.
it's crazy. Do you still, get rankled about the fact that every time people speak to you, they still reference that movie?
Yeah, they do. I mean, like every interview we've done today also, like it's been 16 years of film released, but still people relate to me as Meghna. I mean, now after 12 years, people are writing letters to Meghna and like on Instagram and everything. So it's very heartwarming. But I would like them to watch more of my work. So please watch Pune Highway with Barok House.
Can I say something then?
Yeah.
I really had a epiphany that when Manji does a role, it takes 16 years for people to understand that. Hello, don't slap me. But that's the harsh truth.
It's the part. It's not you. It's the character.
That's the whole.
Of course.
That's another interview.
Oh.
Whether it's the part or it's.
It's the part
Partly
or it's the
her.
character. No, it's amazing. I also do want to ask you guys that, we're in a time where, and I don't know why, I've been asking this to everybody, the money is being discussed more than the art or the content of the film. And I don't even like the word content. And in a time like this, there is a film like Pune Highway that's in the theatres. What does that do to actors? Do you care about it being in theatres? Is there a different, muscle that you need to bring? Is there anything you do differently because it's in the theatres?
I guess if I have to try to think about what I actually think about this, I think I just approach each one like it's going to be a theatrical release, because that's my whole idea of, watching cinema as a kid. So my approach to whatever it is that who knows where it'll turn up, where it'll finally wind up, and just do your best with the part that you have. Really.
I
Also
think
in
as an
this-
actor, the process is pretty much the same, whether it comes in theatre or in an OTT platform.
But also in this case, there's less assumption and more hope. You hope, you wish that people go and watch your film. And I know we put a lot of onus on the audience, but I feel the audience also is very enriched. If they see a vibe, or they like a trailer, if they do turn up. So right now, as of now, for me, it is that I'm very proud of this team. I'm very proud of the effort and with what genuine spirit we've made this. And I'm hoping that the audience kind of latches onto that and they find something, whether it's color, music, sound, marketing, acting, the names of the cast, and they just go and watch it, because you can kind of position yourself, take yourself away. It does affect.
Absolutely.
It does affect in a macro or a micro or a long term. It does kind of. You made a film. You want people to go and watch it.
100%.
And I hope people go and watch it.
Yeah. And it's getting harder and harder. And I just find that we're in a place where I think actors internalize a lot of as much as we internalize success, we're also in a very vulnerable time where we could internalize failure. And again, I'm saying that this could be with any film, because every film right now that's releasing, nobody knows where it's going to turn out, right? We don't know if it's going to go either way. But how do you stay above it? Like, how does the box office not affect you or your ability as an actor?
You're in it for multiple things. Everybody's in it for multiple things. One is the fruits of whatever the success might be, and another one is the process of doing the thing. The more you can diminish this, the happier you'll be overall. The more you can enjoy the process, enjoy the fact that you get to play a part which has no responsibilities in your regular life, that you can leave, that you can put on the skin of somebody else, you can taste another human being for a while. then it's done. Now, what will I do whether it does well or not? Now, what can I do? I can't do anything. It's gone. My agency is now, it's left. This is what it is now.
Great. I hope it's that way and it stays that way, because I just feel that we have too much pressure, and I think that we internalize it to an extent that actors are now being judged as whether or not you can bring bums on seats, right? And I feel that is not your job. And it is.
Well, it requires a whole different approach to the mechanism. And one pillar of the mechanism that makes this is journalism. How are we going to start talking about criticizing, appreciating films? I believe that requires introspection and real thought. In addition to how are we going to promote films and how are we going to represent the films from the production side of it as well. They both require, I think, some evolution.
100%.
Because like how I never even thought for 1 second about our friendship while we were actually on set, I've had to think about it today.
Today, yeah.
Not that I ever once have been thinking about the pressure or the burden of the box office Friday until today. I literally didn't think about it. I'm only thinking about it because I'm being asked to think about it.
True.
So,
thank you.
yeah.
Fair.
You know?
Manjari?
I think the only way a box office affects actors is if the project does well, you get better work. You get if there's money coming in, the producers are earning out of a film you have done. It's a successful film. You start getting better roles, better opportunities. I think that is one main thing how it really affects actors. And I would definitely I think all of us would love our film to do well on the box office because it helps us grow, also get better opportunities. That's it.
And
But right now, I think sorry if I interrupted you. But I think right now the thought is we've made an entertainer. With using our skills, our craft, and that's for us to kind of determine the tools that we made an entertainer, we made a film that people, I think, will enjoy. And right now, more than box office and this, I think one thought for me is that I hope people come and feel the joy that we felt while making it.
Wonderful. On that note, thank you so much for speaking to me.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry I made you think about these things.
No.
We just started thinking.
No, I put myself in your place and I just wonder, do you need to go through that? Because it's a very unfair ask. But the truth is that we're living in very, very weird times. So that's why, of course, I had to ask you. But thank you for answering it. Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, it is a commercial entity. It'll always be a commercial entity.
Yeah.
If Rahul and Bugs are to make more films, it has to work.
It has
It has to be
If
sustainable.
Bugs makes his fifth film with Manjari,
Yeah.
unless until Manjari pays the next one. Manjari cast us the next film.
But thank you so much, guys. And 16th of May is your date with the audiences in cinemas. And I hope that people come in droves to watch it. Thank you so much for joining me on my show today, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohini.
Thank you.
And thank you. And you're lovely.
Thank you.